Welcome back to another video. My name is Evan Olbricht. I'm a professional surf and sports photographer here in San Diego. Today, I'm going to be talking about building a portfolio that'll get you hired. So super excited about this. I really just worked and rebuilt different portfolios because I'm trying to get more into the lifestyle commercial photography space. So I'm going to talk about what I've learned and then at the end, actually show what I've done and why I did it. So let's get right into it. First thing is prioritizing composition and variety in your photography. So emphasizing dynamic composition techniques is really important to doing photography. I've talked about this a little bit, but I reached out to a mentor and then a few photographers that actually work for companies that I wanted to work for, sent them my old portfolio and said, hey, would you have any recommendations? And all of them said, all of your photos look the same because they all have the same exact composition with the thing right in the middle. You don't have any vertical photos. They're all the same size photos, all of that. First thing I did, next shoot, was I tried to just do the weirdest stuff. Like a surfer was coming this way, so then I would shoot it where he was at the end of the photo and there's a lot more room on this side because he's moving this way. I would do it where shooting sports photography and big stadium in the background, so you make it super zoomed out and you have this player on the bottom and have the stands in the background. Like switching up your composition is a lot of fun to test out, honestly. Highly recommend testing it out just for fun, but at the same time, if you're trying to get hired, you need to make sure that all your photos don't look the same. You need to show a variety in your photos, a variety of what you can do with different products, different settings, different lighting, because if all of your photos look the same, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, well, if it's, sunset and you're shooting soccer, yeah, your photos are gonna look good, but can you shoot football? Can you shoot golf? No, they don't know that because you don't have any variety in your photo. So show that, show different sports, different products, different things. No matter what you're trying to get into, say, hey, what are some similar things that I can shoot? And then what are some things that aren't similar at all that I can shoot, just to show that I have that other composition and I have that other skill in my photography. And that is such an important skill. And the main thing that I've heard about when building a portfolio. So that's the first thing. Second thing is highlighting that technical proficiency, that you know how to work a camera and you can have high quality photos. So same thing with that is just shooting a variety of stuff and also having a significant amount of photos to show, hey, I can do this. Like, don't have a portfolio with like 5 to 10 photos. That's not gonna do anything. I'd say probably 20 to 30 photos is a good range for having that. Like if I have a client shoot and they want, a set of photos, that'll probably be like 20 to 30, depending on the shoot, obviously. But if you have 20 to 30 to 40 photos and it's like, hey, you're shooting a company and you have that many photos, that's perfect for a portfolio. But you don't want to have like 5 to 10 photos and they're like, okay, like you have really good photos, but you barely have any. So it's like, how do they know that you're able to shoot an actual shoot? Like show that, hey, I can do a full shoot for you and actually show what that delivery would be like. So, hey, this is 30 to 40 photos and that's what you'd actually deliver to that client. Show them that you can do it. Don't just show them, oh, these are like my top 5 photos. No, do not do that. Show them what an actual delivery of a portfolio would be like to them if they were your client. Third thing I want to talk about is including client content in this. So just like I said, actually make your portfolio like what you'd be delivering to a client. So if I want to shoot for, let's say Patagonia, I talk about them a lot, awesome brand, wearing their shirt right now. But if I want to shoot for Patagonia, I would make a outdoor lifestyle sort of shoot. I would do, let's say 30 to 40 photos and I would have it laid out in how I would deliver it to them as a client. So I would actually have it just a Patagonia client work portfolio, and I'll show this later as well, and then have the photos listed out there. And you want to also arrange them in a way that's pleasing to the eye. You don't want to have all of the photos that look kind of the same right here. One step down, they're all vertical. One step down, they're all the same horizontal. Mix it up, mix and match. Like that's the thing with having a portfolio. You have all the creative freedom that you want. So do everything that you can with it. It is so fun to work around and be creative with that. Show what you can do, include that client content. So important because you want a brand to say, oh my gosh, like they did that for another client. I wonder if they can do that for me, or I want them to do that for me. That's what you want when someone looks at your portfolio. Fourth thing I want to talk about is tell your story and build trust through your work. So another thing that I've done is I actually talk about in different sections. If I did, hey, I actually built out these posts for this person and this is what I did. Put that on your portfolio. You can talk a little bit, have a little text, even a summary of what you've done for that client, what they thought about it, or even the results from that. Try to build trust with that. Even if you just have photos, obviously that's great. That's what most photographers have. But if you can go above and beyond, maybe put, hey, what the client said after that shoot to you, what they thought of the photos, some ROI metrics of what it did. Maybe they posted this on these places, or maybe they used this for the front of a magazine ad, or maybe they built a billboard on the main highway by you on this. You can include that on there. Like, all of this just builds trust and credibility. So that's all I have to say for that. And let's just hop in right here and kind of take a look at mine. And yeah, I'll just show you what I've done and what I feel like is super important. All right, so right here, I have my portfolio pulled up. This is what it looks like right now. I recently redid it. Before, it was kind of just one page, a little bit messy. So split it up into surf, sports, and adventure, and then have client work on the bottom. I think this is a great way to split it up. Makes it super easy to tell what you're looking at. And also, if you're sending it to a client, they know exactly where to go. And also, if they're a surf company, they know to go here. Products, amphibian, PGA, go to here. And then beach box, another product company. So different stuff makes it super easy to look at. So that's the first thing. Make it easy to navigate your portfolio. I've seen some where it's just like a page and a list of all the stuff they've done. That's usually not the best. It makes it super tough to tell what you're looking at. Also, you just have no idea what the brands are until you look at it. So this just makes it a little bit easier. And then also just have these links clickable. So if you go on amphibian, boom, just click it. Here is all the work I did for them in this shoot. And then also, this is what I talk about where I said, build that brand story and your trust is building out these customer reviews for this company as well. And then I put those on there. Super easy thing to do. And also just builds trust. Also, what I talked about is having a variety. Is I have, this shot right here, surf shot. Also right here with this product shot, a vertical one. Then I have this vertical shot, different shots right here. Like, they're not all just in a line where it's like vertical, 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 horizontal, 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 where they're actually different and it's more visually appealing. Obviously, you can see I did this shoot as well, the surf shoot at the same time. And these surf shots go from this to a product shot, to a surf shot, to a product shot, surf, product. And I have it kind of split. So when you're looking at it, you're like, oh my goodness, like this is super visually appealing to the eye. And you're not just looking at like 10 product shots, 10 surf shots. So obviously you have a lot of freedom with that and do what you want, but also make sure it looks good and you're not gonna get bored looking at it. And then for these, had a good creative idea to build these out for the client. So I added these as well. They loved them. So what I could do is actually on the bottom is add like the client thought about this, this, and this. When they looked at it, they loved it. Stuff like that really helps as well as putting in those testimonials from the client and what they actually thought about it. Let's look at another one. The beach box work. I recently just did this right here. So this was, they gave me 2 products in this hat and then they said, hey, do these different shots. So I actually got to get a little bit creative with some of this stuff. It was so much fun. I love this shot right here on the right. Just such a cool shot, I feel like, especially with the camo. It would just work so well. But shots like this and this, so this is basically the same shot with a different product. Just finding different ways to layer that where it doesn't look the exact same is super important. Having different variety of shots close up, far away, stuff like that. Like these shots are super cool. I really like these close up shots. Just look so sharp and cinematic. And then also just having a kind of transition between different products, also the hat photos. Obviously it was a great shoot and I sent this to the client and they loved it. But if I was to do another shoot with like some beach company that did apparel or some sort of like surf mat or something that was a similar product, I would send them this exact work and say, hey, I did this for a company just like yours. Let me know what you think, and like all that stuff. So using this for your advantage to send to other companies is so important. Obviously, put your best photos in here. Yeah, that's all I have though for the video. Let me know if you have any questions for this. But overall, it is so important to build a solid portfolio because that's really how you get more work, is to having a solid portfolio and being able to show off your capabilities through that work. So let me know if you have any questions down below. comment down below, really helps me out. Share this video, like this video, and subscribe for more videos like this, and see you next video.